Okay, I'm going to cover getting started on making a new operating system launched from TempleOS. Or, yeah, okay. So, what we're going to do is, let's see, drive rep. So we have a C drive that we're booted to. We're gonna modify the D drive so that when you boot the D drive, it boots our new operating system. So there's a master bootloader that we're gonna use the TempleOS master bootloader. So if we do reboot, I booted C. So the first block of the partition is the bootloader for the partition. When we have FAT32, we're going to use BIOS. So what we want to do is we're going to make an install OS. So we want to write the boot block. So ASM the BIOS loads the master boot that we're going to use, and then the master boot loads the partition boot sector, and it executes it in real mode. So real mode is 16-bit. So we're going to do 16-bit assembly. Let's see. Just to be safe, we're going to turn off interrupts. We're going to set up the stack. XOR AX. I wonder if we can do SP. Come on, SP. I don't know. And move AX. Now, the way the memory map is, we have 640K, but 640K is 10 times 64. So 640K is A. However, the BIOS uses some of the high memory, so we oh, you know what we have to do? Okay. Anyway, okay, so we're going to put the stack at, let's just be safe and go with 80,000 is a nice number. So we want the stack at 80,000. Now, we want 64K less than that. Or not 64K. Yeah, okay, 64K less than that is going to be, is that 70,000? Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, so 70,000. So we're going to stick this in the segment register. So move SS, AX. So by loading 0, that's the stupid people do it wrong. We're going to set it to 0, and it loops around. The first number it pushes is going to be 80,000, or just 7 FFFFE, whatever. Okay, STI. So that's how we set up the stack. So we call this OS S1 start, ::, makes an export label, S1 end, : . Okay, so we have some assembly code that's going to be put into memory when we include this. Okay, so unfortunately we have a difficulty. Not unfortunately. Okay, we want fat boot. FAT32 boot. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go find out. Okay, go to the kernel, our main header. Let's look for boot. Boot. Master boot. That's the master boot record. We're not going to modify that. We want to modify. Let's go ahead. I'm going to I'm just going to shove this in here. We don't have to, just so we can look at it. So just to show you that we're not using it. This is already in memory. We have that. Anyway, so C FAT32 boot BR boot record. Now what do? We let's read it. So we say, okay, let's install on a drive equals quote D. We want to install on the D drive, and just to be so the partition, zRY, what do I say, DV, I think. I like to use standard letter to drive. Okay, so DRC, I think I call this letter drive. All my API uses the same variable names. Okay, so we want to install on the D drive, and this is the okay, we have a boot record structure. So we say read blocks drive buffer block count. Drive buffer block. We want block okay. DV so base offset is this is the base offset. It used to be just offset. Okay. Drive buffer block comma count. We want one block. Let's go ahead and dump about class rep address BR. Okay. I feel like getting rid of this. Okay, so we're gonna, so this has the FAT32 information that we need and it has the boot code goes in these 420 bytes. So, and then we want the signature. So we have, why don't we format the drive? Okay. So first of all, let's just do this quick and dirty. Okay, so we just dumped everything. Looks good. Signature AA55. So just to be I don't want to use any information that was already there. So for that, let's format. Let's go ahead and format the drive. So we say FMT, letter, quick, confirm, type. Okay, letter, quick, confirm, false, DRV. The default is FAT32. DVT FAT32. Drive type FAT32. Okay. So we just formatted, and now the old boot record is destroyed. So let's see how we're doing on the jump and no op. That looks correct. So the jump and no op looks good. Just to be thorough, it's jumping 58. No, yeah, it's jumping 58 bytes ahead, and hopefully that's the location of code. Let's go ahead and, okay, code. Jump and no op. Okay. Okay, let's say br dot jump and no op eb. This is kind of unnecessary, but just to be thorough, 58. And let's say let's just review the offset of code offset. Code offset, I'm just going to print that out, and we want offset BR. I wonder if that'll work. No, let's not do that. FAT32 boot code. We just want to see if the 58 is correct. So we do this. What do we have here? Jump and no op. Okay. I'm going kind of slow. Am I not? Okay, offset 5A. Oh, offset 5A, and then it's okay. Try that again. Okay, 5A. So why was it 58? That's because the 2 bytes of the instruction, you start counting after the instruction. So 58 is correct. Okay. And so we're good. Now you know what we do? We copy the code into the correct location. So mem copy, and we want to copy to address or br code, comma s1 start. Now my 16-bit assembler does not support segmentation. You might say, what? Well, that just means that you have to do it by hand. Anyway, you'll see. So S1 end minus S1 start. Another interesting thing is my assembler doesn't really do 16-bit correctly. It uses the 32-bit addressing modes, so it's wasting a byte on each instruction, but it makes my assembler a lot shorter, and we don't really need a lot of 16-bit code, so that's why it's better not to make it's not worth modifying my assembler to make it too efficient 16-bit. Prefix zRY67 that makes it use the 32-bit addressing mode, and I just use that on all of them just about. So I have an extra byte on all my instructions. Anyway, let's see here. Now we want to start doing stuff. So we say move AX B800. Move ES AX. Move U32 ES colon 0 comma. Let's put OS. We're writing to the text memory. The text memory is let's go ahead and let's 200000. We're getting weird delays. Plus